Welcome to this. Let's give ourselves a couple more minutes. I actually have the sun right in my face, which is really annoying, but I think I'll survive. It's good to have people here. Let me switch the view to gallery here. There's not a lot of people yet. Hey, Kalidou, Elio. I'm going to butcher your name, Harpalsin. Nice to see you. And then Sushant, and then Chris. Oh, Chris, how are you? Oh, hey, Amber. You can hear the lovely clock ringing 7 p.m. here in France. All right, let's give ourselves a couple more minutes. I'll share this around. Oh, you should on Twitter as well. I guess we're good. All right, there's a couple more people. Hey, Austin. I'm still hesitant to allow people to start video, but I'll do it. Don't send anything that you don't want recorded or that you wouldn't want people to see recorded. And I'm learning how to make, oh, actually, I can do that manually for people. So I can block people who want to be blocked or who deserve to be blocked, I guess, if they do something that they shouldn't do. I'm still learning the ways of Zoom. It's not easy. All right, Clement just joined. And who is Light? Maybe raise your hand. Who is Light on Discord? I don't know if it's you, Elio. I don't know if it's you, Sushant. I don't know if it's you, Harpal Sin. It's me, it's Harpal Sin. All right, hey, nice to see you. Oh, we have Raphael. Nice to see you, Raphael. Cool, cool. Just making sure we're good. Let's give ourselves maybe 2 more minutes. It's good to see all the new people. Welcome to the Unlock community. All right. Looks like it's summer for most people. Is there anyone from the Southern Hemisphere here? Nope. I guess it's everybody's enjoying summer. We're now at the middle of summer. Cool. All right, let's maybe let's get started. I'm gonna check if there's anyone who's getting stuck somewhere, but I think everybody should be here. I'm not getting any message from anyone saying that they're stuck, so I think I'll assume this is fine. Well, welcome everyone. This is developer meetup number 5 or 6. I guess I should know that. Well, welcome everyone. This is really good to see you all. I'm glad that you showed up. Today we're gonna have 3 presentations, which is one more than usual. We're gonna have a presentation by Amber, who's worked with one of our grantees on integrating, and she's going to demo their work. We're going to have a presentation, a high-level presentation by Clement, who worked on our UDT tokens, upgraded them, or is in the process of finishing the upgrade to make sure that we can deploy the DAO. And then we're going to have a demonstration by, I would assume, probably you, Harpal Sin, who worked on the Hackmoney hackathon and actually won with an amazing product called NiftySubs, and you're going to tell us how you build it. You know what? Maybe let's start with Clement or Amber. Up to you. I mean, whoever out of the 2 wants to start. Let's actually start with you, Amber. I think. Oh, you just hit your video. The reason for this is like we have one people who built an integration, then we'll do Clement who actually didn't build an integration, and then we'll get to Harpal Sin who built an integration with Unlock. Does that make sense? Cool. And so Amber, I'm going to unmute you. I think I can do that. I don't know how to do this, but I will find a way. I did find a way. Cool. Ask to unmute. Oh, I clicked twice, so I'm going to, sorry. Ask to unmute, and you should be good now.
Hello.
Cool.
Hi, everyone. Great to see you all. Also, I think you need to allow me to share my screen. And then
that's a good point. I am more allowed to. Damn it. You know what? I'm going to make you host, which means that you can share your screen as well.
Okay.
Actually, no, I should be
You can
able
just
to...
click on my name and say allow to present.
Yes, let me do that. Allow, but I don't have that, which is frustrating. Click on your name. I got allow record files. I don't have allow you to present, which is interesting.
You can, under share screen, you can say multiple participants can share.
Yes, I think that's what I was missing. So I'm clicking in here, multiple participants, but it's checked as yes.
Yep, got it.
And then can you share now or?
Yep.
Cool,
There we go.
awesome, awesome, great.
All right. Well, hello everyone. My name is Amber Case, and I work with Unlock doing strategy and partnerships. And one of the people that I've been working with is, actually, can you see this? Like, here we go, I'll move that. One of the companies that I help with is a DeFi intelligence company called Novum Insights. And they had a lot of requests for people to pay in crypto. And they were looking at a bunch of different crypto payment services, and they were all a mess. And I told them about Unlock, and they said, hooray. So the business model is really simple. If you're paying in fiat, you can get 7 days of access for £1, and then it's 300 quid a year, or you can pay with crypto. So we'll go through the crypto flow. This is on a staging server right now, and I'm on the RinkB test network. So it's $453.99 for a year of this. So I'm going to go ahead and click that, connect my crypto wallet, use the in-browser wallet, connect with MetaMask. Hopefully you can see my MetaMask wallet here. Now again, this is a test, so we might not be able to get all the way through.
And you need to click on the wallet button. Cool.
And it's loading.
Show up, MetaMask, show up.
Well, eventually, I'm sure a lot of people are trying to buy MetaMask right now.
Some NFTs, yeah.
Like the Stoner Cats NFT nightmare. Let's see.
It's weird that it doesn't show up.
Yeah, I can try this one more time. Again, this is a test page, so we'll announce this next week.
Great. Yes.
There we go. Okay, enjoy your membership. So hopefully, yeah, so that's that. I'm not sure if on the staging server can actually get to the dashboard, but I'm going to sign in with Web3 here. Hopefully it'll take me through. If not, it's probably just because it's testing.
Oh, yep.
Oh, no active subscription. All right, well, that's a bug. But you can basically see how, there we go. Ding.
Oh, cool. Oh, I guess it was taking some time to actually mine the transaction. We do this thing called optimistic unlocking, where we immediately say it's there, but it looks like they're not using that. So basically, okay, maybe that's something that we can improve in the docs. Yeah,
that would be great. So since this is the test account, we don't have data in here, but this would be liquidity pairs on Uniswap. So anything interesting that bubbles up using machine learning, it would tell you like where to get the best yields on liquidity pairs in Uniswap. So this has been like a interesting dashboard. A bunch of people have signed up for this service so that they can get more information.
Interesting, okay.
So the reason why this is kind of cool is because this whole site is built on Firebase. And we were like, oh, we need a Firebase plugin. So next week, this will be released with more documentation. We will have a Firebase integration. We'll put the docs live on the Unlock site as well. But basically, what happened on the Novum site was that was just a really simple vanilla Unlock box. So there's a little bit more security that's actually put into this Firebase integration, and I'll review this a little bit. Again, I'm not the one that wrote it, but I have some notes. So we detect that they're in a Web3 browser, ask them to sign that they're a Web3 browser. It goes to a Firebase cloud function that kind of asks them to verify. And at that point behind the scenes, we make a user for them and give them custom claims, basically tags that are added to the authentication token that Firebase uses. And then these are kind of Firebase auth tokens that we can trust on the front end and then verify on the back end. And that allows us to control behavior. So when they go into the Novum app and do something which requires us to go into Firestore, which is the Firebase backend, the front end can see the tokens are there and decide the front end behavior, and everything that's sensitive can kind of come from the back end. So there's a little bit more security involved. And in Firebase, there are kind of rules. So checking on the browser side function, we can verify their wallet address, and we can either contact Unlock or query directly the existence of an NFT, which means that in part of the configuration, which I'll go through in this documentation, we can say these locks correspond to these claims. And the person that wrote this, David Layton, said that this is a really cool thing that Unlock does, because you can have kind of many-to-many relationships.
Yep.
So you could have one lock for a base set of features, or specific functionality, or a higher tier of access. So this allows Novum to really expand and say, look, if you're a basic person, you can get this dashboard, but if you have a higher level of access, you can also access these reports and all of these different pages on the site. And then another thing that's nice is that, Unlock makes these links transferable. And so David Layton was having trouble trying to make kind of an enterprise SaaS product because people were asking for multiple subscription seats. And so with Unlock, you can actually buy multiple seats of subscription and give them out to people. That's not currently what they're doing in Novum, but he says, yay, Unlock has it, and we can do that. So if you're a company that wants to take crypto as part of your SaaS product and you want different seats, you can do this, and you can also do this anonymously. And this gives you a nice anonymous form of authentication that's secure. So on this documentation page, it's pretty straightforward. You install it as an NPM package as you would anything else. This is just standard to people using Firebase. And then you have your normal, this is here your simple backend. On the front end, you can have your buttons. So here's your sign in button, on click, sign in with Web3. And then this is the section of controlling access through locks. So you have to do a little bit of configuration to say, this is my lock, these are the claims I want to provide. So you could serve this for both your mainnet here and Rinkeby and whatever other networks you want to use that Unlock supports. And then here is the Firestore rules. So this is kind of like the back end of Firebase, where you can put your custom claims in here. And this is how you kind of control access to Firestore. And then this is how you do it inside of a function to simply check if someone has a basic subscription equals true. And inside of your browser, you can check the same thing. So this is the very basic Firebase documentation. David's going to expand it and we'll announce it next week. But he was really excited to build this, and we already have some potential customers that use Firebase and say they would love to use this. So I think this is right on time. And yeah, so that's a very straightforward demo of the two things that we'll be announcing next week.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I'm very excited about this for many reasons. One of them is indeed the Firebase integration. I do believe there's a lot of applications that are using Firebase out there, and it's good to see kind of deeper integration into existing frameworks. Our JavaScript paywall that some of the developers here are familiar with is good, but it's not as rich and as powerful as some people might want to, might need. And having kind of closer to the core framework integration like Firebase is definitely something that I'm excited about. Another one, which is maybe not very obvious here, but like Novum there is content, obviously, but it's an app in some way, right? It's an app in the same way that Photoshop is an app, or that, you know, Discord is an app. And what's interesting here is not about the membership is not about kind of a social thing, like accessing content in a Discord or on a blog or something like this, but it's about kind of unlocking the features inside of the application. And I do think that unlock is definitely valuable in the context of the social web, but I think it's also very interesting in the context of the apps. And you can imagine a world where instead of using App Store-like primitives, application use stuff like unlock, where you unlock a level in a game, or you unlock special features into an application. Think of the application that you use on your phones, and imagine like instead of going through an app store, you could basically go through unlock for this. So to me, that's actually a very exciting aspect of that integration. It's like it shows that unlock can go beyond kind of content and communities, and I'm actually pretty excited about this.
Great.
Cool.
Well, that's the end of my demo. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for doing it, Amber. I really appreciate it. Another cool thing about this, and I mean, just making sure, like, I'd love for you all to build stuff, but I'm giving ideas of stuff that you or somebody else can build. Another thing that I like about that, it's a DeFi project. I do think that there is definitely a world in which there is interesting DeFi memberships, integrations that are using Unlock. I don't know necessarily what they are right now, but I do expect that at some point people are building kind of DeFi product where you unlock, you know, special, I mean, interest rates or special kind of farming features or stuff like this. So if there's something that is interesting, feel free to reach out to us and let us know what you want to build. Cool. Next, we're going to have Clement. In a bit of context before I give it to Clement. As you know, we have a governance token called UDT. And that governance token is something that we really think is extremely valuable, because in the end, it allows everyone in the community to kind of co-own the protocol. And one thing that we have in the roadmap, obviously, is to ship a DAO, a proper, basically smart contract that would basically be managing the unlock smart contract itself, allowing kind of the community to vote on upgrades, and more than just vote on snapshot, but actually execute transaction that would trigger updates. Unfortunately, our initial ERC20 token, like every other any other ERC20 token, was not, and I say was because that's actually the work of Clement, was not compatible with the idea of doing governance. Most governance smart contract use require tokens to have some delegation features, and we didn't have this. And so that's the work that Clement has been doing. And so I'm going to give him the floor. Clement, go ahead, it's yours. Oh, and I need to unmute you and unmute you and then allow you to present. Ask to mute. Clement, let me know if you get a message.
Yes, I can unmute myself, and I think, hi everyone. So I'm going to present the work I've been doing on the government, on the side of the governance contracts, and let me share my screen. Geez, a small presentation, guys. Yeah, so we had this discussion with Julien, like so there's an existing token place. The goal was like to provide a tool for the unlock community to be able to submit proposal and work on improvements and vote on ideas and you know, different things that can be on the changes for unlock, both on the project and on the token. And then so we started to define a small roadmap with some, you know, user stories and things like that, and try to figure out what's the best way to actually use the existing tools to provide good and reliable governance tools. So as a basis for a DAO. And of course, the basis was the existing token, so the UDT, unlock discount token, which is an ERC20 pretty standard in terms of implementation from using the contract from OpenZeppelin. And so the first question was like, yeah, how do we define? Do we want, of course, we want on-chain governance, but also, you know, on-chain can be costly on Ethereum to cast a vote or to make a proposal. So we need to figure out ways to make it affordable, but also, you know, people reliable as well, so people can trust that their vote like actually matters, and that it's open for everybody to contribute. And so we started by making a review of existing solution of different, you know, there's various projects related to DAO that are all at like various stages of maturity, I would say, and you know, some are very well polished, some are like not so usable. So there's at least some here, but there's even more. So starting to review everything, and then of course we figured out that you know, we had to choose like between like maybe some on-chain government that would be more you know, that requires the user to hold tokens and to actually pay to cast vote, and maybe some lighter projects, some lighter features using off-chain. So basically a website that will host the ways to make decisions. So that was the first step we took, set up a snapshot for Unlock where, you know, proposal can be submitted, and then user and UDT holder can vote and so I will not get into the details of that because it's well documented. So that was the first step, to have some first off-chain governance tool. And then the idea was also, after, maybe it can be the process based on, you know, for a lighter proposal, they can be submitted off-chain and they're refined and reviewed, and when they are more polished, then they can be submitted for on-chain vote to have a more definite and, you know, a proper way of making decision into the project by the community. And so we started with that, and then of course we started to look at the different solution for on-chain governance. And I think the one that emerged as the most used and the most also reliable solution, I mean battle tested sort of solution, is the compound governance tools. I mean the toolkit, the contract, and mainly a contract that is called like Governor Alpha. And so the idea, so it was designed by Compound, but it's used by many projects now. And the main idea is you create a proposal, then you know, there's a voting period. People can delegate their vote to other ones, so to some voters. So you can delegate your voting power, and then the voting ends, and there's some a small time period where the result of the vote is done, the vote is finished, but then, you know, there's a small time period where, you know, before the vote is really committed to the chain, so changes can be made, or, you know, if there's any problem, then it's, yeah, if there's any problem, then, you know, change can be reverted or something. And then, so this is already existing, and the idea was like, okay, how do we use that contract on our existing token in the UDT? So that was sort of the problem. And so I started to work on. Also, there's a website called Tally that provide all the user interface for existing contract, for the compound governance contract. So you can just, if your project use this contract, then you can, you know, work with them, and they will provide a way for user to actually, you know, submit transaction directly on their web browsers. So, but so we started to look at how to, in more details, how to make it works, and it was not so straightforward. At the beginning, it looks very easy because the contract were existing, and we had a pretty standard implementation of ERC20, and so everything was like sort of aligned to make it, you know, quite fast to deploy. But then it turns out that there were several issues that need to be fixed, of course, and so we started to review also basically first to understand the contracts, and then the different things that needed to be done, and talking to various people, we figured out that Open Zeppelin was actually working on their own ERC20 votes extension that can be added to a contract, to an existing ERC20. So it's not released yet, fully released, I think, but it's already sort of reviewed and working. So we started to implement that. Also because in order to use the governor alpha contract, the compound governance, you need some specific endpoints in the contract. So the contract will store the different states and the votes, at different block. So you can rewind the history after, or ask for, what's the state of this proposal at this block number, etc. So all these endpoints need to be in the contract. So we need to find a way to add them. And but sadly, the ERC20 votes extension was under work, but our original contract was, I think it was created like only a few months ago, or maybe a year and a half, the UDT contract. But the solidity, the depth is growing very fast in terms of blockchain technology. And then, so our solidity was already outdated, the version. I think we were on something like 0.5.7, and now it was already required to be at 0.8. More, and so we had to upgrade everything, and also it was a good opportunity to fix some technical depth into the project. So one of the important project was to move from Truffle to Hard Hat in terms of tooling, and for all the contract deployment and also all the testing. So this was not so straightforward as well, because all the upgrades we have to the unlock contracts are very well tested. There's like tons of tests if you look in the repo, and so from previous work, not mine. But so we had to find a way to have all these tests go green, get passed using Hard Hat and not Truffle. So there was some problem, when you test with time on chain, and also just adapting, the different understand the new workflows, and rewrite the configuration files and all that stuff. That took some time. And once that was done, so we moved to Hard Hat. That was the first, one big pull request with lots of changes inside. That was also the occasion to upgrade the node version for the contract and for the whole project to move to, I think, not 12 or 14, because something more recent. And then so we started to really implement the ERC20, but there were when you upgrade contracts, and especially the core of the difficulty was in the finding a good way to use the upgrade plugin, so we can upgrade the contract, but make sure we're not losing any information from the existing deployments on mainnet, and especially the storage, the storage. OpenZeppelin has a new library for contract upgrades, but that we check if there's conflict in storage, etc. But then it has to be adapted, because we were using the previous version that was OpenZeppelin CLI, and then that was not compatible. So in the span of a year, maybe of a year and a half, where the token was deployed, there were a lot of changes in technology. So we had to adapt everything, and so that requires us to flatten all the contracts and compare the storage and most of the contract code in new way, and fix the way the contract is initialized when it's deployed or when it's upgraded, and so all these various tasks, that makes another big pull request that's still ongoing. And so I think we're mostly there in terms of upgrading and adding the voting capabilities so the compound governance type to the token. So I wrote also test, and I think the voting, everything works. And the work now was to test it on a local fork on mainnet. So we fork mainnet locally, and then run a battery of tests as well to make sure that everything works properly locally before we deploy to the real mainnet. And so this is it's going step by step. There's always new things popping up, but pretty confident we're getting very close. And the mainnet, the test on the local mainnet are running sort of properly. Still some problem, but related to the way the transaction are signed for the release of the final release of the contract. But it's mostly there. And I think so next step will be to run the upgrades on first on Ring B, on Ring B, and maybe Robston, and some test nets, and then on mainnet soon. So we have the upgraded contract, and from then can start casting votes, or first submitting proposal and then casting votes there, and plug the UI provided by Tally. So I think that was I don't know, a few weeks of work. We have been working on that for like something like 6 or 7 weeks or something like that. And so there's also so basically a major upgrade in terms of tooling and technology or contract technology, and then adding all the voting capabilities and the governance tools to the token. So that's another work. I'm not getting into too much technical details, but there's all the pull requests there, and if there are any question and stuff, we are open to talk more about it. So yeah, that's for me, I guess.
Cool. Thank you very much, Clement. Yeah, I should insist on something like this is obviously we take exactly the next step is to deploy the upgrade. We take decentralization extremely seriously. Like, we really want to move into a world where token holders can vote on proposals on chain in a way that doesn't require anybody, and especially not us, to kind of approve or decide of anything. The first step, as Clement was said, was to do snapshots, and we're actually going to write on the blog this week about this. We think it's still going to stay around. Like, I think it's a good way for the community to kind of gauge interest around special topics, and then maybe for things that are, can I say, low risk. I think the snapshots are still going to be pretty applicable. Thank you very much for doing the demo here, Clement. So we'd love for people to keep contributing to these as we make progress. Down the line, obviously, we want to have a proper DAO, and for this, we needed to upgrade the unlock tokens. So that's work in progress. And as Clement said, it's going to be any day available now. We're pretty excited about this because this puts us again into a world where we can now move forward faster on the DAO front, so that everybody can then become a real stakeholder and influence the evolution of the protocol. Maybe one thing that Clement did, which I think is pretty amazing. Obviously, we build in public. Everything is open source, so you can always check everything that we do. Review pull requests if you're interested in this. There's the guys from OpenZeppelin actually provided a bunch of help here. You can see Fangio's comment, which is pretty cool. OpenZeppelin is this smart contract audit / developer firm out of I think Argentina, and they're obviously the experts here, and so it's really cool to have them be part of the people that look at this, because we take this very seriously, and we don't want to we obviously don't want to break anything, so that's why it's taking a bit of time, also because it's complicated, but we definitely want to make sure that we're doing things the right way. Thank you very much, Clement. Anybody has questions for Clement? You can raise your hands. I'm going to try to see that. And if you don't, then maybe we'll move on to Harpal. And sorry, I kept breaking your name, and the short version is so much easier for me. Oh, Ember. Oh, Ember is a thumbs up, so I guess it's good. Somebody else? No? Cool. All right, Harpal, let me unmute you if I can find you in the attendees list here. And thank you very much. Clement, if you can stop sharing, I think that's going to be helpful. And Harpal, you are unmuted and the floor is yours.
Yeah. Okay. I hope everybody is able to hear me. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, you're on, and everybody can hear you. I mean, at least I can. I'm sure everybody else can hear you as well.
Okay, great. Yeah, first of all, thanks for inviting us. And for the demo, I have a video recorded so that no bugs come in and trouble us. So yeah, if I can just share my screen.
Perfect. Maybe if you want to give a bit of context, because I don't think everyone knows. Yeah.
Okay, so NiftySubs is basically like a video streaming platform which leverages unlock protocol for locking and unlocking content available on the platform. And it also uses Superfluid, which is another protocol which lets you pay in a subscription model and not pay someone in one go. So like if you want to pay someone $10 per month, which is not possible in the blockchain right now. So Superfluid helps us achieve that. Like we can pay per month rather than paying someone upfront. So yeah, I will just show a demo video so that you are more clear. I guess you are able to see my screen.
Yes, we are. It's all great. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, cool. I will just play the video. Hello everyone, we are Team NiftySubs. NiftySubs is basically a decentralized live streaming platform with a pay-as-you-watch model. So basically you pay only for the time you're watching the live stream. This platform is very similar to Twitch. So first of all, I would like to go through to the process of creating a stream. So I will go to the dashboard. I'll create a stream. Let's say I'm streaming Counter-Strike. So I'm just going to create a live stream. I select a stream poster. This poster is now uploaded to IPFS. Now I click on create stream. So what is happening right now, as you can see, is we are creating an lock. This is where we are using unlock protocol to create locks. Okay, I'm going to explain how it all works as we go. Just confirm this is basically creating a lock right now. Once that is done, the video data is stored now on textile. You get the stream URL and you get the stream key. This key is used to start a live stream in a software like OBS, and this is the lock address. Let's copy this lock address and go to Rinkeby. Right now there are no transactions, but you can see it as a public lock. Now let's remove, this is the only time you'll see the stream key, so you better copy it and paste it in your live streaming software. Now let's close this and switch to a viewer wallet. Ignore the name conventions here. Just gonna go to NiftySubs homepage. I'll also refresh this. This is a Chrome and this is Brave. So I have two instances open here. So I'm gonna demonstrate something which requires two browsers. Connect my wallet. As you can see, we have both live stream now. I'm just gonna go to the live stream. We also have a chat interface. As you can see, it's connecting to the database and now it's says chat. But for accessing the chat, you need to be streaming some money, which is $10 per month. This is achieved using Superfluid. So I'm now gonna click start watching to start a stream at $10 per month. I'm gonna click confirm now. Basically what happens is we have a super app. The super app works in the following way. When we start a stream at $10 per month, the super app has hooks and the hook can call another smart contract, and in our case that is the public lock, and we execute the grant keys function so that we can grant the key to the particular wallet. As you can see, once the key is granted, the interface gets unlocked. Right now I'm not streaming, so you won't see a stream. So basically the streaming key, which has to be used in OBS, once you click on start streaming in the OBS, it will be available here. Let's try to chat here. As you can see, I send a message. Now if we go to the Chrome, let me open the same stream. You can see this is a different wallet, so it's locked for this wallet right now. The chat interface is also available, but only the person can only chat if he's streaming. So let's try to send a message from here. As you can see, the person can view the chats, but they cannot chat unless and until they are streaming. So let's try to start watching from here as well, and click on confirm. Once the transaction goes through, our content gets unlocked. Now we both can chat. If I send a hey from here, I should receive it in the Brave browser as well, which is true. We also have a super chat function. Basically, you can send some amount of ETH along with the message. So let's say I send an ETH. This ETH basically goes to the person who is the creator of the stream, right? I click on confirm. We can see this message. This message also reflects on other people's chat as well, because they should know, right, that someone donated. Okay, if you click on stop watching, confirm. Basically, now we are trying to do the reverse. We are trying to stop the stream, and the super app has another hook for termination of stream, which basically invokes the revoke key function on our lock, and hence the key will be revoked, and hence the content should not be visible. As you can see, the key is now cancelled. Let's see the public log for transactions. So we basically use this events, and as you can see, the first event was a transfer to this address, which is this one, right? We tried to access the key from this address for the first time. Then we tried to access a key for this address, which is this one. Then we tried to cancel the key for this address, and it is this one, right? This is how NiftySubs leverages unlock protocol and superfluid. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys were able to see the video and also listen to it.
Yes, definitely. That was great. I mean, honestly, this is definitely the kind of integration that I love. First, it uses multiple projects, and kind of the idea of money Legos is something that I think is extremely powerful. Having interoperability between different things. Maybe one thing that I definitely understand what happened, because you've told me this and I was kind of amazed, so I did a bit of research. But maybe to clarify for everyone here, you don't actually purchase a membership. Like the membership is minted or given away when the user starts the streaming via Superfluid. So I think that's actually a pretty unique way of doing memberships here. The minute I stop watching the stream, I actually don't have a membership anymore because it's canceled, as you've seen, which I think is a pretty interesting concept here, and something that I'd love to explore a bit more at some point in the community. Is there any question about that? I'm trying to see if there's anybody who raises their hands, but I think we don't see any. Kelly, I think Superfluid is definitely going to be on the Unlock Showcase. So for everyone here who was not here a couple of weeks ago, Kelly worked on the Unlock Showcase website. Actually did a great job there as well. And I think this is pretty cool to show these kind of showcases, this kind of applications. Maybe it's already there. I didn't check out, but that's pretty cool. Generally, I think there's definitely a lot of interest around this. You know what? I'm actually thinking maybe it would make sense to maybe see if we can use Superfluid, or sorry, not Superfluid, NiftySubs when we do some AMAs or something like this at Unlock. I'm thinking we should do AMAs, and maybe using NiftySubs would be a cool way to do that.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Anybody has suggestions or questions? So right now you're just on the Rinkeby testnet, right?
Yes, we are only on Rinkeby right now.
Okay. Any plan on deploying on say Polygon or XDAI? Or mainnet, but mainnet might actually be a bit more expensive. You end up paying more in gas. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have plans. So right now we haven't figured out. So the problem right now is I gave the demonstration, but this was just for one creator and many people watching to a single creator. But that's not actually how a platform works, right? There is a many-to-many relationships. Many people are creating a stream and many people are watching them. So you kind of have to figure out how we are going to, like, should we have a single contract that issues key to everyone, or should every video have a separate key grantor for it? So it's kind of a issue there.
Cool.
We are going to support ENS soon. We don't support ENS right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Definitely a good addition. Another thing that I love about this, I mean, maybe this wasn't obvious, but like, you're not using our front end. You're using basically, you implemented your own functions here,
Oh,
not only to
yes.
deploy the lock, but also to purchase the memberships. They're not purchased, they're minted. And I think this is definitely something that people should do more. Unlock is a set of smart contract at the core, and that's, I mean, at some point, I hope that's the only thing that we provide. It's just a set of smart contract. Everything on top of this is convenience for people to not reinvent everything, but it's all replaceable. There's definitely, I mean, room to implement your own version of create lock, which is what you did, or even your own version of purchase membership, or you actually use grant key in your own UI. So when you build integration, don't feel like you have to use the unlock UIs and front ends. They're all coming, I mean, they're all coming as optional. Obviously, the core protocol is just the smart contracts.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's actually what I thought was like in the beginning, we actually wanted to use the unlock front end and all, but then we thought if we are using the unlock front end, we have to pay up front, and we want a streaming service to go along with it. So we just kind of hacked around unlocked and integrated both Superfluid and unlock together, because the front end wouldn't allow us to do such things, I guess, because we have to pay up front for that. And yeah, just one suggestion that like if that front end model that comes up to connect the wallet, maybe you can add like a white labeling feature where anybody can show any logo on it and not just but yeah, definitely for now you can show your logo. But maybe if somebody is like a staker in your governance, maybe they can add their own logo on the front end.
So actually, the paywall application is already customizable. You can already add any logo that you want on the checkout UI. The dashboard itself is not, but I mean, this is definitely something that we could also eventually make if people want to. I mean, one of the benefits also of our front end is like it's completely open source. So you're more than welcome to kind of fork it, add whatever features you want just to your own fork, or maybe even kind of submit a pull request for upstream merges. This is something that some people have done in the past, and we're obviously looking for more like this. I think Chris had a question. Go ahead, Chris.
Yes, Harpal. So for NiftySubs, could you make it so that you, like a streamer, could charge $10 an hour for a stream, so that once it starts, like if someone watches for 3 hours, they pay $30, say?
Yeah. So what actually $10 per month means is that when we show it in the front end that you have to pay $10 per month, it's actually not what's happening behind the scenes. We calculate it for per second. So if it's $10 per month, we do some math in the JS itself, JavaScript itself, and convert it to a second, calculate it for a second, because Superfluid only understands how much should I flow out per second. It does not understand day, month, anything. So if you want $10 per hour, that's definitely possible. You just need to add a little math component to it, and you can just calculate it per second.
So the start and stop isn't dictated by the starting and stop of the stream. It's the starting and stopping of the subscription, meaning that you exit out and then you're still streaming ETH, right?
No. When you stop the stream, your outflow is completely deleted. So you are not flowing any money out of your wallet now. But if you keep it on for a month, then you have accumulated $10 which have been paid, like in accumulation. So let's say I start a stream to you at $10 per month. That does not mean it will continuously go for a month. It starts rolling out money per second,
right?
Based on calculations, whatever it is for per second. And when I stop it, that's it. I'm not paying you any more money. So if I just multiply one more 10 to what I've calculated, it will be $100 per month. And then the flow rate will definitely increase per second.
That's very interesting. Yeah, I could see it. I could see applications, especially with creator collectives. Maybe if it's just like it's unlikely that like one person would stream that often, but if it was to some group, that would be interesting.
Yeah, for simplicity purposes, we kept it to $10 per month, but we are like thinking of giving the ability to the creator himself to decide how much he wants per month or per hour, because every creator is different, right?
Right. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. What made you choose Superfluid over Sablier? We just knew about Superfluid. We actually don't know about it. So yeah, that's the only reason. And also Superfluid was one of the sponsors. Yeah.
And I think we have actually Michele from Superfluid here. So I don't know if Michele, oh, did Michele just leave? I think you did. Oh no, you're here. Sorry, you moved on the screen. So if you want to say a quick note, Michele, you're welcome to. I just unmuted you, I think. Uh-oh, asked to unmute. I'll do it again. You should see a button that says, yep, you're good.
Hey guys, good to meet you. I'm Mike from Superfluid. Yeah, it was a pleasure to see that you wanted to integrate Unlock with Superfluid, and we are extremely excited to see what can be done. I'm sorry, I just joined the call. I was stuck on another call, so I didn't really get the presentation. I'll try to look at it at the recording, but if you have any questions, we would like to work with Unlock and make sure we can, bring both, kind of the best of both protocols to the table.
Definitely. I mean, I think there's a ton of things that could be interesting to work on together around streaming. And creating memberships that are streaming to users. So I think there's definitely interesting things there. Anybody has questions? I've seen a bunch in the chat. I don't know if they're yes, Austin, the video will be recorded. I mean, it is recorded right now, I hope. Yes, it is. I see the recording button at the top, and will be posted later, either today or tomorrow on our YouTube, for sure. What's interesting also is like we have a grant that was approved a couple of weeks ago for somebody who was building an integration with basically Streamlabs, which is the kind of tool that you can use to stream videos. This time it's not so much about kind of unlocking the video stream, but being able to kind of put stuff inside of the video stream. So basically, if I unlock some streamer's video stream, maybe my face is going to show up, on the top corner and then drop down. I don't know what's the eventual visual aspect of this, but it's the idea of being able to enter the video stream from a specific creators. And I think you can imagine a situation where there's kind of the video is split in two, and then the creators on one side, and on the other side there's like content coming from the community of people that have unlocked the membership, which I think is a pretty fun way of doing this.
Yeah, we actually, the inspiration was Streamlabs actually. So we are working on such things, and Streamlabs does not detect does not listen to events on the blockchain. It's just fiat. So
yep,
a crypto alternative to it. Yeah.
Definitely. Cool. Well, I think that's a wrap. Thank you very much to Amber, to the whole team, because I mean, Harpal, you were not on the only one, right? You are a team of 3 people, right? I would assume, Sushant, you're part of the team, right? Can you confirm here? Or was it just you, Harpal? Oh, has to unmute.
Yeah, it was a team of 5.
5. Okay, cool. Nice. Amazing. Yeah. And for context, I don't think we've said this, but you guys won the Hackmoney hackathon, which happened a couple of weeks ago. And for information, Unlock is a sponsor of the HackFS hackathon, which is happening within the next 3 weeks, starting this weekend. And you're more than welcome to join it, build some cool stuff with Unlock. There's a bunch of prizes from us and a bunch of other companies. We're, like always, excited to see what you end up building, people in the community. Cool. And then thank you also to Clement, who worked on the upgrade of the UDT contract. It doesn't sound like it was, trust me, it was a pain. And it wasn't a pain so much because of our code base, but because as Clement said, like the ecosystem is moving very fast, and it's sometimes really hard to kind of remain backward compatible. And one of the goals for UDT is to be such, to maintain reward compatibility. And so I'm really grateful that Clement was able to work on this. Cool. Well, I think that wraps it up. Thanks everyone for oh, actually there's a question from Mike. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
I was just saying that we are also there at HackFS. So if anyone wants to further their integration with Unlock, we're going to be supportive as much as we can. And if anyone wants to also hack on both protocols and build new stuff, we're absolutely there to help.
Yeah, I think there's definitely ways to build, I mean, even more things together. Like I'd love to explore that. Maybe let me ask you one question, Mike. Right now, it's possible to stream any ERC20, right? Would be interesting to see. Oh, go ahead. Oh, damn it, you're muted again. Don't mute yourself.
Sorry, it's just automatic when I have some noise in the background. Yeah, so you can stream any ERC20. The only issue is that you need to wrap it to stream it. So there isn't one extra step to get there. But it's an open protocol. Anyone can just create a wrapper and wrap any other token. So even if there is no wrapper contract already there, you can just deploy one. It's very straightforward. I do see a lot of potential use cases with Unlock. It's kind of a seamless natural integration. It would be good to brainstorm more, maybe in an open fashion on your Discord, so that we have the community involved. And then we can just maybe we can do some cross bounties and further hackathons in the future. And just maybe we're just about, this is kind of a sneak peek for you guys, but we are likely to announce a grants program or a bounty program very soon. And so we might just, coordinate with you, Julian, to
definitely, sure,
see if there is room to do something together.
I'd love to do that. Yes, definitely. Join our Discord. Let's start the discussion there, and then whenever you have the bounties program, let's do something together. I mean, even before, I think we should definitely chat. Ember also is on our team, right? I mean, I don't know if she's right there for you, but for me, she's right there. And she's definitely involved in discussing things. By the way, I don't think people in the community have met Crystal and Kevin yet. They're new addition to team. Crystal is in charge of community management on our end, and Kevin is doing BD deals with other projects and other people that are interested in using Unlock. Please welcome them. Cool. Well, everybody, it's been a pleasure to chat. I do have a call starting in 4 minutes, so I'm going to have to leave it right here. I'm going to upload this video later to YouTube, as I said, either tonight or tomorrow. In the meantime, thanks for everyone who showed up. Please show up again. We're going to have another one 3 weeks from now. Crystal is already working on this. And I'm really excited to see kind of familiar faces, new faces, and cool projects being built on top of Unlock every time. All right, bye-bye.